Well, hey, neighbor, it's me, Angie. Come on in. This is our live neighborhood chat. Yeah, I didn't put up a. I thank y'all for coming and visiting me today. I'm glad y'all were here. Much longer, and I'm going to have to tell you all that I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. And I will have my neighborhood. Hey, everyone. I just got through eating a strawberry shortcake. Um, where you have the little round little angel food cakes and then you have the strawberries and then the whipped cream on top. Yeah, I just got through eating that. And then my daughter, she come by to pick Lincoln up because we had Lincoln from about 7:30 this morning until a few minutes ago. We didn't get to see him this past weekend because we were at our son's. And so we wanted to see Lincoln because James is working this weekend and he won't get to see him. He won't get to see Lincoln this weekend. But he'll get to see him Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday because we're all going to the coast together. We're going to go on vacation. So he'll get to see him next week. But anyway, they just left. We had some strawberry shortcake. So I got ready for my live and said, "Oh, I got to go see my neighbors." And I see that Michael has got here. And there's my brother, the handicapped traveler. How are you, my YouTube brother? Hey, Michael. I have a story to tell about the costume jeweler. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Michael. How are you doing, handicapped traveler, my brother? How are you? And Miss Traveler. Hey, Purple, how are you doing? Welcome in. So good to see you. I've had a whirlwind of a weekend. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you've been sick. Hey, Suzanne, how are you doing? Welcome in. I hope you get to feeling better. Hey, I love Rosetti. How are you? I yes, I have three sisters who has not spoken to us in over 30 years. And the two of us, oh wow. That's a long time. Uh I'm sorry to hear that, Michael. We had fun this weekend at meetup videos to come. Well, I had a meetup that I was supposed to go to, but I have something to tell about that. With the costume jeweler CJ, I'm in the middle of a move. I just stopped to take a rest. Good thing. Oh, Suzanne, you found somewhere to move? Where are you moving to? Are you going to like it? I knew you were planning on moving, but I didn't know you had actually found a place and, you were actually in the process of moving. Are you going to like it? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Uh, I may not have heard all that. Didn't you take your channel down, Michael? 2 blocks away, another brand new, beautiful townhouse on the river. Nice, Suzanne. Awesome. That sounds wonderful, really. It really does. Yes, he is. All the time, Suzanne. All the time. Good, good, good. Hey there, my twin. How are you, Clint? So, I wanted to tell y'all some things that happened. Let me clean my glasses. I probably look funny without my glasses. Okay, so we left to go to Matt's Saturday, and I did a live. I went live, and it kept going out. It wouldn't stay live. I don't know what that was about, but anyway, I tried to go live a couple of times, and it didn't work. My selfie stick broke. I ordered another one today. Um, but anyway, that was not even. I didn't even worry about that. I was enjoying my time with my kids. Um, they take me out to eat Saturday night. Y'all, I'm not kidding. Matt made us reservations at a uh steak and seafood place. And James ordered a big steak, and I ordered the catfish thin. I like my catfish thin, fried thin. Well, before they brought the catfish, they said you can get a salad or slop. I said, okay, I want a salad with ranch dressing. Okay, so I ate that. And Berkeley was saying she wanted some onion rings. So we got onion rings. That watermelon looks perfect for me, Claudette. Don't mind it if I do. Yeah, y'all go ahead and get your snack. So we ordered Berkeley an appetizer for some onion rings, and those onion rings were about this big around. They were stacked up this high. So, needless to say, I ate a couple of those, and I ate my salad, just a little side salad. Then, unbeknownst to me, they bring out my entree. It was 18 pieces this long of catfish, hush puppies, and stewed vegetables. Steamed vegetables on the side. I almost fainted. I was like, who can eat this much fish, especially after they've eaten a salad, onion rings, drank tea? Who could eat all that? So, needless to say, we had bring home some to-go plates. James's steak. Hey, Kathy. James's steak was huge, and it was really good too. He always says, "Oh, you gotta taste it. You gotta taste it." And so anyway, we ate. Matt and them ordered. Haley's parents ordered. We had a good time. All of a sudden, here they come with this big, huge hat. Creme brulee dessert with a little candle in it, and the whole restaurant starts singing "Happy Birthday" to me. I know that I turned 10 shades of red. Berkeley didn't know what to do. She was like hugging on me because she thought they were doing something to me because they were holding this big hat over my head. So anyway, You're not a fish guy? Yeah, he had a steak. Um, oh, I do too. I love catfish, Suzanne. But I like mine thin. I don't want it thick. I want it thin. And I don't want that fishy taste to it. It's gotta have the fishy taste away from it. Oh, thank you. Handicapped traveler. I used to hate the way we embarrassed on people on their birthday. I was a server many years. I used to work at Red Lobster and did not like fish. um, Halibut is good. So we ate. I mean, it was so good. Well, before we went to eat, Matt rode with us, James and myself. Haley's parents rode with her. Well, when we got in the car, Matt got Taylor on FaceTime, and I thought they were going to sing happy birthday to me. Everybody was going to sing happy birthday in the car with Taylor there and Lincoln and all that. So Matt and Taylor get on FaceTime and they start saying, Mama, we want to give you your birthday present. I'm like, okay, all right. And they gave me tickets to see Rod Stewart in concert. I am not joking. I almost flipped out. I was like, oh my gosh, you are kidding. A few weeks ago, I found out he was going to be in Brandon, Mississippi, which is not far from where I live. And I had mentioned to Taylor, I said, oh, I loved him when Dad and I were dating, and I've always loved Rod Stewart. And I always told Dad, if he come close to where we were, I was going to see him in concert. But it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to go now. That's what I'm telling her. I said, Dadgummit, he's this close, and I'm not going to be able to go. Well, somehow she and Matt got tickets, and they're sold out now. You cannot get a ticket; they're sold out. And so they got me Rod Stewart concert tickets. I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my goodness. So James and I are going to see Rod Stewart on August the 5th. That's a Tuesday night, August the 5th. Yeah, most restaurants do the singing. My husband used to catch them and bring them home live and put them in the bathtub, just swim around in fresh water. He said it got the mud out. Yep, that's true. He's exactly true. Um, Many have stopped as it makes many people uncomfortable. Mom used to love Rod. She thought he was sexy. Oh, and he's 80 years old now. And I told James, I said he better not get sick before August. But see, it's on the outside in the amphitheater. They have the theater and then they have the stand all outside and everybody sits outside for the concert. So I'm hoping I'll be able to video when we go because it being outside and everything. And they told Matt on the phone for James and I to find an usher when we got there, and they would usher me to the handicap area for my wheelchair. And just because Matt told him, look, my mom's in a wheelchair. She always wanted to see Rod Stewart. So I'm calling to see if y'all have availability for handicap. And they were like, yes, just have her find an usher and then we'll get her to where she needs to be. So I'm hoping that I'll be closer to where he is because of my disability. I got to use it all the ways I can. Um, I don't get very much leeway with it, but when I can use it, I guess I'm going to use it for the concert. I like Rod Stewart, especially the video with him singing. Have you ever seen The Rain? It's our family song by CCR, but he does it better. Watch the video, Angie. You'll love it. Oh, I will watch it. the song that I like, which I love it, a lot of his older songs, but I like Forever Young, that video when he come out with that redheaded boy and he's singing Forever Young. I love that video. Love it. But anyway, James got me. So let me tell you this story. For years, I wore Happy perfume. It's from Clinique. It's called Happy. And everybody would just say, "Oh, what kind of perfume do you have on?" Just love that perfume. Well, since I've not been working and I've just go to doctor's visits and all that, I ran out of Happy perfume about a year or so ago, and I never did say anything to anybody because I had several bottles of other types of perfume that I was using, but I wasn't using Happy. And so James got me a whole new bottle of Happy perfume from Clinique, the large, which will last me, oh my gosh, it should last me over a year because I only use it when I go out somewhere or like go to the doctor or somewhere special occasions or something. But I love Happy perfume, so he got me that, and I got him that blower. I told you I was going to get him for our anniversary, and some kind of charger, like a battery charger thing that he wanted. I don't know. He got that, and we're going to the coast Monday, and that's going to be part of our anniversary present. Is going to the coast Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and come home Thursday. And Taylor and Brent and Lincoln are going. So we're leaving for the coast Monday. Yeah, check that out, Susan. Hey, Jeffrey. Welcome in. I used to sing. Have you ever seen the rain at karaoke? Oh, that's nice. I've only karaokeed maybe 3 times in my entire life. 3 times is the only time. I like the old one he did with his daughter. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. There's not a song that he sings that I do not like. I'm not joking. Forever Young is one of my favorites. Yes. So I sang it Doesn't Matter Anymore once in a while. Let me go back up the chat. The chat jump. I get here the Carolina for the high heels. Yeah. Did you notice a smell on your white hearts? Oh, I got them right here beside me. That was my next thing I'm getting to. Hold on. I was getting to all my birthdays. So I have a few birthday presents. I was gonna do a video and then I thought, I'm going live today. I'll just do it on my live. Well, Claudette sent me our son plays that song on the guitar and our granddaughter sings it while she plays. It melts my heart. Yes. Hey, Tooch, how are you? We're talking about Rod Stewart. Oh, handicapped traveler. Hang on a minute. Hang on, hang on. Hang on, hang on. Super chill. Thank you. Thank you, and Miss Traveler. So I've got several cards for my birthday. Ella, Save Here First, sent me a present. Two Old Guys Vintage and Resale I have to tell you the story behind theirs. But anyway, hold on just a second. Let's see what we got. Thank you. Welcome in, everyone. So I go to the mailbox and I received this. Let me cover this address up. I received this envelope and I knew it was from Claudette because, of course, it's Canada. I'm not going to show the writing. She sent me, oh, Toots, thank you. Hold on a minute, guys. Hold on. Super chill. Thank you, Toot. So, I go to the mailbox and immediately, hey, Yvonne, welcome in. Oh no, I made out what it said. So I opened. All right, I'm just going to show the outside of the card. I'm not going to say. This is the outside of the card, okay, that Claudette sent. And it says, hello, MK Gaming 200. I don't celebrate my birthday anymore. I celebrate every day. I am 61, and who knows how much longer I have. We all just should celebrate every day as we do. I love this community. Oh, I celebrate every day. Every day I live. But I do have a story about that today that y'all are going to get an earful. But anyway, it says, whenever I need a reminder that there's good in the world, there's something I can think about, and it always makes me smile. So I open it up. Okay? And it says, yep, it's you. Thanks for being so amazing and brightening my world just by being you. Happy 58th twin. That's what it says. And it's got sending love and hugs. But let me show you what else it had in it. And of course, she wrote a long little personal note to me, which I cried. Oh my gosh, I was crying like a baby. And James was like, what are you crying for? I said, well, that's my best friend. And but anyway, it had these little hearts. These little hearts were all in it right here. I mean, it's about, oh my gosh, I don't know how many it is. I hadn't counted them. But it was a whole bunch of those white hearts. And it was the sweetest thing. I was like, oh my gosh. And so that made my day. I was just loving that. Let me go back up here. All right, let's go. Everybody speaking. Yes, I did, Claudette. I did. It still makes me tear up. It was so sweet. Okay, so this is what the Two Old Guys Vintage and Resales sent me for my birthday. It's a Longburger basket. Okay, so they sent me this, and then yesterday or the day before, I was on a sale, and Mark, one of the Two Old Guys Vintage, gifted me a Coach purse. Might have been yesterday, because I'm gonna tell you the story behind that. And I was just overwhelmed and tickled. Yeah, it was the sweetest thing. I wasn't expecting it. And then Ella So let me tell you about the story about the coach. So I'm going to have to tell this story. I was supposed to meet the costume jeweler yesterday, like we always do every year. James and I had the car gassed up. I made a place. I called a place for us to eat, and it was by the river, and it had a tugboat museum in front of it, and it was just all set. I talked to him that night. We talked for about an hour and a half on the phone. I was supposed to meet Betty, this lady that's traveling with him. I was just beside myself. I was so excited. Well, at 6:15 yesterday morning, James's phone rang, and it was his work. And the guy said, "Where are you?" He said, "What are you talking about? This is my 7 days off." He said, "No, you have overtime today." And he said, "No, I'm not on the overtime schedule. I worked overtime Friday, which was our anniversary." He said, "No, you have overtime today." He said, "Man, are you joking with me?" And he said, "No, I promise you do." He said, "Man, you better not be joking with me." He said, "I'm not joking." So James had to go into work yesterday, and we didn't get to go meet CJ. Y'all, I was like a little child that had just been told they wasn't going to get to go to the park. I had me a pity party, which it wasn't James's fault. I mean, I wasn't mad at him. James just kept saying, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry." And I said, "It's okay. It's okay. There's nothing you can do about it." So, um, hey, Mike from Nebraska. So anyway, he leaves to go to work. Well, I am having me a pity party. I am not joking. So I'm trying to figure out a way that I'm going to let CJ know that we're not going to meet him. I mean, I had got to the point where I was crying like a little child. And because I wasn't going to get to go where I wanted to go. So James even suggested that I get my son-in-law to drive me over there, but it's not the same. I don't trust anybody to hook my wheelchair up like James does. It just wouldn't have been the same. I said, no, I'm not doing that. So I text CJ and explained to him what was going on. And I guess he knew not to call me because I wouldn't have been able to talk on the phone because I would have done nothing but cry. And so I was really down yesterday. I was down. But once I have my pity party and I have it, I give myself about, I don't know, about 2 or 3 hours, and I just have me a good pity party if something goes wrong. And then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, it's over with, Angie. It's no big deal. It'll be another time. It'll be okay. And maybe it's a reason why it happened. God may have saved you and James from getting in a wreck. He may have saved you from, falling somewhere, or there's a reason for everything. That's what's going on in my mind. James calls me from work. "You okay? You okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm okay." He said, "Baby, I'm so sorry. I know you were excited about it and you was wanting to go." I said, "Well, I'm not gonna lie. I was very excited, but I'm about over it. I'm about over it. I'm okay. I'm okay." It hurt me, y'all. I wanted to meet up with him so bad. Because we always have a good time. Yeah, we plan it every year because he comes through here every year. And we go and eat and, go thrifting or whatever we want to do. Well, I was so upset for about 2 or 3 hours. And then after that, it started getting better. But see, by me being upset, that caused me to get weaker and weaker. You know what I'm saying? So all day, I was just weak. I couldn't hardly do anything. And so my physical therapist is gonna come tomorrow instead of yesterday because of him thinking I was going out of town to meet this friend of mine and it didn't work out, so he was gonna come Thursday. But anyway, that happened, which devastated me. I was so hurt. Y'all just cannot. You see, it's me, Angie. I do have my downtime. I do have my pity parties, and I do have my sad moments. But the thing about it is, I get right back up and go. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. I pity party for about 3 hours. I'm not joking. I was having me a good pity party, and then all of a sudden, I just said, "Okay, okay, I'm good. I'm good. It's over with. I'm good." And then I started, you know, getting better. So it's okay to have a pity party. It's nothing wrong with feeling disappointment. It's nothing wrong with being sad. It's nothing wrong, but just don't stay in that situation. Just get yourself up and dust yourself off and just keep going. And that's exactly what I did. But by Mark gifting me that Coach purse yesterday, it didn't matter what it was. It could have been a candle. It could have been just anything. It just meant so much because I was so down. I was just feeling so down. And he gifted that gift to me and I was like, "Oh, that was so sweet," and it made me feel better. Hey Ellen, how are you? I'm just talking about my birthday weekend. Sound like me, Angie. Don't like anybody but Kathy holding on to me when I need help walking. I know that's the same way I am. Now, when we went to Matt's this weekend, he exercised with me. I feel comfortable with him because he's a physical therapist. And I know he's not going to let anything happen to me. So I'm okay with him helping because he lets me lead instead of, a lot of people don't realize this, but when you can't walk, you should let the person that can't walk lead and you follow their direction. You shouldn't try to pull them in a direction that you want them to go. You should let them go and you follow. And a lot of people don't understand that. And I'm not, they just don't know. And if you don't know, you don't know. I'm not trying to say anything bad about anybody, but if you don't know to do that, you don't know. And let's see. Michael, I'm so sorry. Let me go down here. Let me see what Ellen said. It's okay. I'm over it. I mean, I'm over it now. But yesterday, I'm telling y'all, if I would have I probably wouldn't have went live yesterday. If I would have planned on going live on Tuesday instead of Wednesday, I would have probably changed it to today anyway. Because I was just so disappointed. I was so disappointed. And then after I acted that way and I got better, I thought, Angie, you acted just like a little child that didn't get her way. And I thought, it's okay to be disappointed sometimes and feel disappointment and to have a little pity party. There's nothing wrong with it. My friend Aid always walks right behind me on the side. I tend to fall. Yes. Hey, Bradazzle. How are you doing? Welcome in. But so yesterday I had me a little pity party. There's that. I can confess to that. But I'm over it today, and I feel much better. We're gonna meet up. Um, we may get to meet up sooner than next year. We'll see. But anyway, let me show you what Ella got me for my birthday. Oh, I hope I don't drop it. Yeah, he understood. She got me this box of goodies that they sell on Amazon. Josie gave me a gift card from Amazon. Josie's place. She's so sweet. So anyway, these socks came in this little box. It says you are awesome. It's got the little heart. And now that they're wrapping my legs to get the fluid down, I can wear these socks. Got this little I'm listening. I'm too tired to talk, but I'm sitting here thinking about what you're saying. So they got a little mirror. Looks like a rose gold. Had a little mirror. I love compact mirrors. I don't know how many I have, but I love them. I got one in every purse I own. I love compacts. Then it had this queen of everything. Had this little makeup bag, which I thought I love that. Had a little awesome. You are awesome. This is your reminder. The little bracelet. A little happy birthday crown. Look at that. A card. This little I think a candle snuffer. I think you snuff out your candles with this. Is that what this is? Is that a candle snuffer? Like you snuff out candles? I think that's what that is. A thing for my hair. That's not all. A little heart soap, hand soap. A keychain that says you're awesome. It says, sometimes you forget that you are awesome. So here's your reminder. The reminder that I'm awesome. Not a day over fabulous. Look at this cup. The nice cup. Nice cup. I'll think of Ella every time I drink out of it. A candle. And one more thing. A bath bomb. So that's what Ella sent to me. I'm loving this cup. It is so pretty. Like I said, I was going to do a video. That's why it's all still in the box. But a lot of stuff come in that box. I don't want to leave anything out. Let me go up here and see what everybody's saying. Make sure I didn't miss anybody coming in. Okay, let's see. My aide and I have been friends before I hired her. Only person I trust. Also, one of my adult granddaughters I hired also when she needs a few hours. Yes. Would walk away and ran away or sadly passed away. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Pamela. How are you? Welcome in. I know what you mean, Michael. Sometimes when you need people, they don't know how to help. They flee. Yeah, that's true. Welcome in. Hey, Yvonne. I think I spoke to you. I hope I did. Yeah, it was a beautiful gift from everybody. I mean, I love James and I think I've mentioned this to y'all before. Now, James has always been really, really good about remembering my birthday and our anniversary. I mean, he was sending me roses our every anniversary for years, and I just finally said, "Look, don't spend all that money on those roses. I know you love me, but just you don't have to buy roses every year." And that's when we had children and we were, tight for money and all that stuff, which if he wanted to send me flowers now, I probably wouldn't say that. But so he would always get me something plus the roses too. And he never has forgotten my birthday. But my point is this: when I receive gifts from you all, my community, my neighborhood, people I'm friends with on YouTube, it is so special to me. Cards, I mean, letters, uh, anything from anybody that's outside my family, it touches my heart. It doesn't matter to me what it is. And I think it's because when I was growing up, we didn't really celebrate birthdays, like having birthday parties and birthday cakes and um giving gifts, and we just didn't do that. So James and I were talking one day, and I was getting things from people from YouTube, and I wasn't used to that. I wasn't used to getting gifts. I felt uncomfortable. I was like, why are these people sending me things? I don't feel right about this. And I got to thinking about it. I think it's God's way of making up all those years that I didn't celebrate my birthday. I think he's now making up for it through you all. He uses other people to bless us, you know, and that's what I'm thinking it is. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it is. Learned a long time ago, people are afraid of those of us with chronic health issues. Yeah, what's wrong? What do you have, Kathy? What is your chronic disability? Then I haven't seen her in 3 years. Just relax and listen to everybody, and you'll be fine, Michael. You'll be fine. But I'm thinking I might start going live another day. But I know I won't be live next Wednesday because we'll be on the coast. Um, I may, well, let's just say I won't do a live like I'm doing now, like sitting here and and doing my neighborhood chat. I may and I hope to go live on the coast, but every time I say that, we get so busy and I don't get to go live, and they won't let you go live inside the casino. They won't let you do like when you're around your machine. I know some people do, but a lot of those people have permission to go live, and a lot of them sneak and do it. But I could try to go live in there. I don't feel bad if they said something to me. I would say, "Oh, I wasn't supposed to," and go with it and just cut my video off. But this time this time Bo and Lisa are only going to be there on Monday for a few hours. You know, they usually go with us every year, but we usually go on a weekend when Lisa's off work. But I don't think she could get off work, so it's just going to be myself and James, Taylor, Brent, and Lincoln. So I should have more time now to make YouTube videos while we're on vacation than I did. Oh, hold on a minute. Let me accept these tickets. Matt sent me an email that said, "Don't forget to accept your tickets." Are you kidding me? If you don't have an account, you will be prompted to create one. I'll do that later. I'm busy right now. I would not try. The people in the casino have a reason. They don't want you to have cameras. Um, but there I go with my opinion. Oh, I'll ask, and if it was because of privacy, I would be right there at my machine. I wouldn't be videoing anybody else. But I'll be careful. Uh I think I may go live in our room, our hotel room. I think I may go live there. I'm not sure yet. It just depends on I could go live on us, on the way down there. I don't know. It just depends. I ordered me a new selfie stick, and it's supposed to be here Friday. So I will have a new selfie stick and everything to hold. I need one of those things in the car where you sit it on the dash and it holds your phone and you just ride along with it. Because when I'm going live in my car, I'm holding it with my hand with my selfie stick. Oh, my hand gets so tired. I know that sounds lazy, but it does. That would be nice. I see someone in their hotel room all the time. Um, they have a. We go to the same hotel every year, and it's really nice. When you walk through to go to your rooms, to get on the elevator to go up to your room, they have a place where it's like a bar where they have a band every night. You can go in there and drink and listen to the band, or just listen to the band. You don't have to drink. And then they have like an ice cream place where they have nothing but ice cream. And then they have a little place that they sell sandwiches, pizza, um, cakes, and all that for you to pick up a quick brunch or whatever. And then they have this nice restaurant, which we always have food credit. So we go down there. We don't have to pay for our rooms, and we don't have to pay for our food. We can stay the whole weekend and eat what we want and sleep in our room, and we don't have to pay anything. So, except one restaurant that's upstairs that is, oh my gosh, it serves the best Chinese and Japanese food. It is awesome. And I cannot think of the name of it. It's one word, and I cannot think of it. No, Angie, that makes sense, Angie. You get one, you can put on the dash, much easier for you. Yeah, that's what I thought, because it would help me out as far as holding. And for some reason, I don't know what it is, but for some reason, and I'm not left-handed, I'm right-handed, but I can use my left hand. And I use it for a lot of things, and I can write with my left hand. Let me write something. I'll show y'all. I can write with it. Taylor's left-handed, and I have two first cousins that are left-handed, but I'm ambidextrous. But see, I can't get it set right on here. I feel comfortable writing with my left hand, but it doesn't look the best. And then this is me writing with my, see, the top one's my left hand and my bottom is my right hand. But if I practice with my left hand long enough, I could get better. But I have more strength in my left than my right. And this is my dominant side, is my right side, but I have more strength in my left side. But my right side is the one where I have the arthritis in my hand, where I'm paralyzed in this leg. I have foot drop in my right leg. So this is my weaker side, is the right side. Yep. Hey, Mike, I didn't know you were here. I'm sorry that I didn't see you. I don't want to miss anybody. How are you? I'm just running my mouth and just missing everybody. Have a good day. Thank you for dropping by. So, this is the plan. The plan is to leave not real early Monday, but we want to get down there around lunchtime. We want to get to the coast around lunch, because Bo and Lisa said they can't stay very long because they will be there on, because Monday's Memorial Day, so Lisa has that day off. So they'll probably stay Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And then they'll meet up with us Monday and stay a few hours. Then they'll leave. And we'll stay, our days that we want to stay. But that's the plan. We want to get there around noon, but we can't check in till around 4 p.m. unless somebody, but they have a place inside the hotel where you check in, that by where you check in, that you can leave your luggage until you can get to your room, which I always get a handicap room. And for some reason they give us the same room every time, the same handicap room. 417. I think that's what it is. 417. But we usually have, I know it ends in 17, and I'm trying to think of the floor. Is it the 4th floor or the 5th floor? I can't remember. But y'all see my hand right here? My arthritis is acting up. Y'all see my finger? Y'all see it right here? See how swollen it is? Middle finger. My arthritis is acting up. But I told James, I said, he and I were joking one day. I said, you think my middle fingers has arthritis in it because I used it so much growing up when I was a teenager and I was a young adult? I used to flip people off. And I said, you think I used it too much and that's why it has arthritis in it? Which I don't do that now and hadn't done it for years. That's not the type of person I am now. But when I was in my teens and my 20s, I was big and bad, and I'd go down the road and somebody'd make me mad, and, I'd do something ugly. And I look back now and think, Angie, that was so bad. You should have never done that. But we laughed. He said, could be. Could be. You used it too much when you were growing up. But when I go to the doctor and they check my blood pressure or they have to draw blood or something, the nurse will look at my hand to find a vein because I'm a hard stick. I mean, you cannot hardly find a vein. And she'll look at my hand and it'll be swollen like that. And she'll say, I see that your arthritis is angry today. And I look at her like, oh, you just don't know. She's raging. She is raging because it hurts so bad. But that's what she says. I see your arthritis is angry today. Yeah, honey, she's angry, all right. And she's showing it because I'm in a lot of pain. So Sunday, I'm going to be on Ella's Keeping It Real. It's going to be on her channel. It's 4 Central, 5 Eastern time. Mine and Josie's next show is, oh my gosh, it's in June. It's the second Thursday in June. Let me look and see what that date is. Can y'all believe it's June? I cannot believe it's going to be June. Let's see. The 8th. No, that's Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Looks like the 11th. It's going to be on my channel. It's going to be on my channel on the 11th of June. The name of that show is The Calm Before the Storm. And so we're going to, I know the topic I'm going to use and we're going to talk about, but I'm not going to say it right now. But it's a very good topic. I'm telling you, it's very good. I don't know if y'all have been, I know Claudette has. Who else is in here? I've been doing bird little short videos of my bird feeder that I have attached to my window. Yeah, I have fallen in love with that little bird feeder. I am not joking. All different kind of birds come to that bird feeder. And some of them I haven't been able to catch because I'll know it's a new bird and it hadn't been there before. Oh, I love the feeder. Oh, your granddaughter's birthday is June the 11th. She'll be 22. Taylor's is June the 9th and she'll be 30. Taylor will be 30 this year. So every time I see a new bird in the bird feeder and I want to film it, by the time I get my phone ready to film, it's flew away. And now, instead of coming one at a time, there were 4 birds in it today when Lincoln was here. And I couldn't get my phone fast enough to get them. By the time I got my phone and could have videoed them, they were all gone. All gone. So I could be getting your daughter Taylor is only 6 months younger than my daughter Chloe. Really? Her birthday's in January or December? When is Chloe's birthday? I have the Merlin app and it can identify the birds by sound. Really? Now that's cool. December the 23rd. Yep, she was born in 94, I guess. Yep. That is awesome with the being able to identify the birds by their sound. Yep, that would make them 6 months apart. Yep. I got pregnant in September of that year. September of 94. I got pregnant. And she was born June of 95. Yep. And then I got pregnant with Matt in March and had him in December. I can remember that. You know, some things I can remember like they happened yesterday. Like when I got pregnant with both my children, when I had both of my children. I'm talking about in detail when I had my children. Um, just anything to do with my child, I can remember it, like vividly remember it. Now, what I did yesterday, no, no, no. Mark, how are you? I just showed the basket that you and Michael, I'd gotten the basket and y'all said happy birthday on the card. That was awesome. And then I said, Mark gifted me a purse. And Mark, I want to tell you something. I got to tell you the story. I was having the worst day. I mean, you cannot imagine. And I don't have very many bad days. I'm usually upbeat. I mean, I'm usually positive, but I had a big disappointment. I was supposed to meet up with one of my YouTubers that I meet up with every year, the costume jeweler. And James got called into work, so I couldn't go. And we had planned it where we were going to eat, we were going to go thrifting, we were going to go here, and I don't get to get out much, so I was excited. So the next morning they called James and told him he had overtime. So I didn't have anybody to drive me, and I got on a pity party because of course I can't drive anymore. And I thought, well, if I could drive, I could go by myself. I used to be so independent and go anywhere. James would go and do what he wanted to do. I would go do what I wanted to do, and we would just meet in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Well, now I have to wait on him if I want to go somewhere or do something because he has to load my wheelchair up on our Jeep, behind our Jeep, hook it all up. But hopefully in the near future, we're going to get a SUV that I can just pull my wheelchair up in. But oh, I was down. Oh, I was having me a pity party, and then you gifted me that purse, and I was like, oh my gosh. And plus, when I get in that state, what's wrong with me gets worse because I get weaker. And I was so weak, and I was like, I had a pity party for about 3 hours, and then I said, no, no, enough, enough. I talk to myself a lot. I'm like, no, it's enough, Angie. It's enough. You had your moment. You were disappointed. The world's not coming to an end. Get a grip. So after that, I was good, but I allowed myself to have those feelings of being disappointed, and now I'm good. I'm good now. But thank you, Mark. Thank you. And tell Michael I love him. And he knows I do. And I love you too. And there's another one, John. Y'all, John's a sweetheart too. When he sends out, don't forget the Two Old Guys Vintage and Resale. They have auctions, which that's where this basket came from. Is that not beautiful? That's a Longburger basket. I've wanted one about that size forever. But anyway, they have a wonderful auction on Sundays. It is awesome. Y'all need to go over there and check it out. And Mark does friends, selling with friends with Janine. Drop your link, guys, if y'all are in here. And John, he sells with Angela's vintage and resale, Angela Isaac, and Uni Magic. That's two sisters and a brother, I think, is what it is now. Welcome in. Hey, 710. Welcome in. How are you? I'm so glad y'all are here. Let me get back up here. Hold on a minute. I don't want to miss anybody. Hold on. Hold on. My chat just dropped. 710. There's 710. Hey, Auntie Mama. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh, I love y'all too. Y'all just don't know how good y'all always make me feel. Look, when Michael started this, and now everybody does it. I started going into their chat and he would say, stop, hold up, wait just a minute. Angie, it's me, Michael. And he would do that. And now other people in different chats do it too. But he started that. Well, I had a brother named Michael that passed away at a young age. So it just reminds me of him, and I don't know, it just does something my heart. It does something to my heart when Michael started doing that. You know, when he would say, stop. Angie, it's me, Michael, because I hadn't heard that name in so long associated with me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I know people's name is Michael, but he was directing it to me, and I had not heard anybody direct that name toward me in a lot of years. So it was real special to me for him to do that. And so it meant a lot. I am so glad y'all are here to visit me. Oh, thank you. James went out to the garden late yesterday, and he took Lincoln out there today. We kept Lincoln from 7:30 this morning to 1:30 till my daughter got off work, because we didn't get to see him this past weekend because we were at my son's seeing our granddaughter in a dance recital. And so we didn't get to see Lincoln. And James wouldn't get to see him until Monday if she hadn't have brought him by today, because he's got to work this weekend. So he was telling Taylor, please bring Lincoln by and let me see him. So she let us keep him from 7:30 to 1:30 today. And they went out in the garden, and he got so filthy. James just lets him walk around in the yard and get dirty, and he was sweating, and he had that dirt all up in his face. And he come in, I said, ooh, Taylor is going to get you. And James was like, why? I said, because she sent me a text that said, don't let Lincoln get too dirty. He has a doctor's appointment later on this afternoon. But he did have a change of clothes in his diaper bag, and we do have soap and washcloth. So we washed him off and changed his clothes. It was funny. Bye, John. Thank you for dropping by. But what I was going to tell y'all never know what it does to somebody when you're nice to them in a chat. You never know. Just like Mike and Mark doing what they did. They started that. Hey, Angie, it's me. they didn't know that I had a brother named Michael and that would mean that much to me. They had no idea. Mark had no idea that I was going through having a bad day that day. He had no idea. So when you are in a chat and you speak to someone or you do something special just by saying hello, you don't ever know that how much it's going to mean to somebody. Hey, the Bud Files, how are you doing? Welcome in. Face the Ace Explorer. Face the Ace Explorer. Face the Ace. Now, who is Face the Ace Explorer? Welcome in. This is my whose second channel? What's your first channel? Oh, is this Nora? Is this the cool kid? Is that you, Nora? Is that Nora the Explorer? So be nice to people in the chat. I know one morning I was in Johnny's chat and I told someone that I had missed seeing them on YouTube. And I didn't think anything about it because I meant it. I meant that I actually had been missing seeing them because they used to do auctions themselves. And I had missed seeing them. And Face to Face, this is my first channel. Oh, okay. How are you? So I forgot what I was saying. Help me. Help me. You're great. Awesome. I lost that string. I mean, that string went flying way off. Claudette, help me. Where was I? What was I talking about? But when you go into this person used to have auctions. I said something that day. Well, a couple days later, Johnny was talking about being, noticing people, complimenting them, being nice to them. And that person said, it made me feel so good when Angie said that she had been missing me on YouTube. I had no idea that it was going to mean that much to her for her to say that. I didn't do it for her to say that. I did it because I honestly had been missing seeing her. So when you talk to people, be nice, do nice things, and don't be doing ugly. All right, who we got? Who we got? You never know when somebody is nice to you you never know when someone is nice to you when they speak to you. True. You said you were missing someone. Yeah, I told that person that I was missing seeing them go live. And that person a few days later said, welcome in, Myra. So good to have you. That meant a lot to them that I said that. I would have never thought it really meant that big a deal. I just said the way I felt, I just said, I've been missing seeing you. Sincerity goes a long way. Being phony, I just would like to take people that I see that are not genuine and just say, look, don't be like that. Be authentic. Just be nice. Be who you are. Because it just hurts me so bad for people to be phony. Michael said he was helping his mom. Yeah, you're right, Angie. Praise report. Dee was in chat today. She recently had surgery. Yes. Daisy's creation. There she is. Daisy's creation had a knee replacement surgery. And she's doing good, and according to Myra, she is recovering really well. I think that's what she meant. Oh, a praise report. See, yeah. So that's good news. So y'all remember Dee in your prayers, because they say that physical therapy from a knee replacement is not for the faint of heart. They say it's something, it's not easy. I think she's already had one knee replaced, and now she had the other knee replaced, so she's good to go. Good thing she only has two knees. Nora, the stock explorer. What you been doing, Nora? Where you been? What you been doing? Who you been seeing? What you been saying? Come on now, spill the tea. Tell it. Tell it. Nora's the cool kid of the block. That's what I've always called her since she started coming into my channel and my chat. She's the cool kid of the block. She hadn't been dethroned. She just rolls that way. Nora just rolls that way. I try my hardest and I get called not genuine. Well, as long as you know you're genuine, that's all that matters. You will, Michael. You'll do it. She also is in Oklahoma, and they were under a watch or warning the day after the surgery. I know. They have been having some, oh my goodness. They have been having some type of weather over there. My knee replacement was October 2023 and still not healed. Have a bone scan next week. Oh no. I am so sorry, Kathy. I will not do lies until I know my audience. That's good. I do not want to go into the drama, but I walked away from. Oh, okay. Yep. So after I got over my pity party, everything was good. And I'm good today. And James has got to go back to work and work days Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then, of course, Monday we're leaving to go on our trip. So that means I'm going to have to pack up everything, get everything ready for us to go on our trips. But I have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to do it. I have those days to do it. Oh my gosh. It's Michael. Oh, Michael, how are you? There's my friend. He's such a sweetheart. He and Mark both. I go into their auctions and they're funny too. Hey, Mr. Doggity Dog. Look, Mark puts up these little short videos, like when they go thrifting and if they're eating a meal, Mark, he's the camera guy, I guess, because he's always videoing Michael eating. He's the one that's videoing. I never see Michael video. I don't want to tell a feel, but I think it's always Mark that's videoing. But anyway, they show what they've eaten and, where they've been thrifting. Cute little short videos. Y'all got to go out. And oh my gosh, Michael has the best sense of humor. I mean, he is so funny. I would like to meet these two guys. And I'm a hugger. So I would definitely be hugging, because I hug. That's just the way I am. I mean, I don't really want to invade somebody's 3 foot of space if they don't want me to, but I'm normally a hugger. I like to hug. And so I would definitely be hugging Mike and Mark. Oh, listen at that. Is he not sweet? He's a sweetheart. And I don't care what anybody says, Michael. You are a sweetheart. I don't care what anybody says. Nobody is going to be able to convince me otherwise. I'm just going to tell you. No matter what anybody else says. I'm telling you. Have a good day. Yvonne's still here. Yeah, they are awesome. Mark is a hugger, but has been known to crack ribs. He won't crack these ribs. I got so much cushion, it would take, oh my goodness. Oh, I got a story to tell y'all. So, y'all knew well, some of y'all knew I was going to do the home sleep apnea test because I had been waking up in the middle of the night and going, and just like I'm drowning and I catch my breath when I wake up. I wake up in this state right here, like that. So my home health nurse said, no, I think you need to take the sleep apnea. And with taking these steroids, I've never been this big. And I'm figuring I probably need a sleep apnea machine. So they sent me a sleep apnea machine home from this company. And they wanted James to administer it. And so I had to wait till he worked Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. We were going to start it Thursday night, do it Friday night, take it to Matt Saturday, do it Saturday night, and return it Monday because I had to return it. It had to be postmarked for Monday. So Thursday night, James, we get the box. It's simple as pie. I mean, I actually could have done it myself, except I couldn't have gotten it around me and hooked everything up because you got to hook this thing around you that buckles right here, and then this thing goes in your nose, and this thing goes on your finger, and it's just a hot mess. So he was helping me, and he pulls that thing around my chest and clips it. And when he did, he bumped where my pacemaker is. And he kind of bumped it like that. And I said, ooh, that's where my pacemaker is. And he looked at me, and at the same time, we both said, are you supposed to use this with a pacemaker? So I look it up online. The sleep apnea machine. I look it up online, and it said, do not use if you're 100% dependent on a pacemaker. So I'm 100% dependent on my pacemaker. I mean, if they take it out, I'm out. I'm out. I'm unalived. I'm gone. So, Friday was our gonna be our anniversary, and then Saturday was my birthday. And I said, James, I would have went on up to heaven on our anniversary and my birthday. I would have just been great. And I said, how would you explain that to the children that you put this machine on me and you woke up and I wasn't no longer here, because you and I never dawned on us that maybe I shouldn't use it because I had a pacemaker, because there's a lot of things you can't use with a pacemaker. Okay. So for some reason, it must have magnets somewhere in it. I think it's because it's Bluetooth. I don't know, but it said absolutely do not use this recorder with a pacemaker. And this thing was wrapped around me right here close to my pacemaker. And we were laughing. Oh my gosh, we were laughing and relieved at the same time. So I told Jane, hey Moon, how are you? Welcome in. Uh, I can't go to the sleep study place because I'm paralyzed in my hips and my legs. So I'm just hard to handle at the, I mean, I wouldn't sleep at all if I went to the sleep study place. I mean, you try to get me in a sleeping position. I mean, you talk about a YouTube video, it would be hilarious at a facility. But anyway, I call the people at the place that has the machine and I say, I have a pacemaker. I looked online, it says I'm not supposed to use this contraption, but I'm going to call my heart doctor. This is what I tell them. I'm going to call my heart doctor and ask him. But I want to return this to you until we can get it cleared with him. Because, see, my general practitioner doctor ordered it, not my heart doctor. So I said, I don't want to use it. Because here's the thing. I said, that's something you can't call back. You know, whether you second guess yourself, you can't call that back. Because once you unalived, you unalived. So I wasn't playing that game. Because the lady on the phone was like, oh, you can use it. It is not a problem with pacemakers. You can go ahead, honey. You can use it with pacemakers. I said, are you a nurse? Are you a doctor? Well, no, ma'am, but you can use it. I said, no. I said, first of all, everybody that has a pacemaker is not the same. Everybody's situation is not the same. I said, see, my electrical part of my heart went out. You know, the top part of my heart doesn't communicate with the bottom part of my heart. So they had to put a pacemaker in to bridge the gap between the two. My bridge washed out. That's what they told me. So I'm 100% dependent on my pacemaker, like, 100%. If it's not there, I don't stay with you all. Let's just say that. But they were assuring me, oh, yes, you can use this. I get off the phone with them, and they extended me another week. Oh, yeah, we'll extend you another week until you find out if you can use it or not. So we're in the process now of trying to get my heart doctor to call back to see if I can actually use this machine. And honestly, if he says I can, I don't even know if I really want to now, because I'm kind of skittish about it. Using it. I'm just kind of skittish about it. I can see us hooking that thing up, put the little nose things here. It's got a little thing that goes on your finger, and I'm just kicked back like this. And I mean, my pacemaker just stops working. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That don't need to happen. That does not need to happen. Oh, wow. My brother-in-law has a defibrillator and a pacemaker combo in, and he wears a sleep. Oh, it's not the machine. It's not the machine that's the problem. It's the camera that they're videoing you for me to send back to them for them to see if I have sleep apnea. It's not the machine. I could use the sleep apnea machine if I have sleep apnea. That's not the problem. It's the gear that they send me, because I think the camera has Bluetooth in it. See, I'm not supposed to hold my phone like they want me to use my phone on this side of my body away from my pacemaker. See, my pacemaker's right here. They don't want me to talk on this side. And I think the camera is Bluetooth, if I'm not mistaken. It's not the machine. Hey Lucy girl, how are you? It's just the fact of getting me tested to see if I need it. My brother-in-law died twice before he put the combo in. He's fine using it with sleep gear. Yeah, I mean, I can use the machine. And the machines are a lot smaller now than and they're a lot less loud. You know, they used to be really loud. But now that the sound has come down and they're smaller, especially someone that sleeps on their back and can't turn over, and that's me. I can't turn over in the bed because I'm paralyzed. I have to sleep on my back all night. Yeah, you can't have magnets either. Yeah. Um, so I can have the little small sleep apnea machine because I don't turn over. People that turn over usually have the thing that goes over their head and all that. I won't have to have that because I cannot turn over in the bed. So that'll help me. That'll be a plus. But no, I don't even care now to even do it. I'm not, at first I was thrilled about it, you know, and about getting it done. Now I don't even want to do it because I guess I could go up there and do the sleep study because they have cameras in the room and they watch you like that. But when they send you a home study, they send the camera to your house and you have to attach it to your body. And that's where the problem comes in. Oh, you should have seen me the first time they said I was going in an MRI machine with my pacemaker. Yeah. And you should never go into an MRI machine with a pacemaker, a non-compatible. Now they have pacemakers that are compatible with the MRI machine, but mine was not. So when I started having trouble with my leg and couldn't walk, they said we got to do an MRI so we can see what's going on. And I told the guy, I said I can't have an MRI because I have a pacemaker. And he said, well, I'm gonna have to talk to your heart doctor. I said, well, you can call him right now. I'm telling you, I can't. Lo and behold, my heart doctor's like, yeah, I've seen it done. She can have one, but I'll have to be there. So I'm thinking, okay, all right, I'm going up in this machine, and you know how many magnets is in a MRI machine. So Dr. Fight, we meet him at the hospital when I'm supposed to have this MRI, and he comes out and he's like, now I don't want you to be nervous. Really? I can spontaneously implode in this machine and you don't want me to be nervous, but okay, I'm good. So he said, and he explained it to me. He said, I'm going to cut you down a little bit. I'm going to cut your pace down and you're not going to be pacing like you are now. And they're going to run you through the MRI just to get some images of what's going on in your back and why you can't walk. We got to find out. So he goes back there to tell the radiology people that I'm going to get an MRI. I can hear them back there. No, she's not. No, she is not. She's not getting in this MRI machine. No, she's not. I mean, they were telling this doctor, no, that I wasn't getting in that machine. And he was saying, yes, she is because I got it cleared by the head man of the hospital. Whoever was over the hospital, he's like, she is getting in that machine. So they wheel me in there and they said, well, she's going to sign this and she's going to sign this. In other words, they wanted me to sign something in case whatever I was going to do or they thought I was going to do, that James wouldn't sue them. I'm not dumb. So anyway, I said, what are y'all so worried about? I'm the one that is taking all the risk. I'm the one that could not be here going in this MRI machine. Why are you so upset? Anyway, I went into the MRI machine, stayed in there 2 hours. 2 hours I stayed in this MRI machine, them doing my head, my neck, my spine, everything to see where all these spots were that were I had them on my brain, had them on my spine, had them on my liver, had them everywhere, these little spots. And at first they thought it was cancer. They were like, oh boy, she's got cancer everywhere. So I leave there, get back to work, and the nurse calls me and says, you got to get back up here. They got to run some more tests on you. I said, wait, what a minute. Wait, what? I said, no, you're going to have to come clear to me what y'all think this is. And I knew his nurse real well. And she said, well, Angie, all I can say is, if it's what we think it is, you're going to have to see another doctor besides a heart doctor. So then I knew they thought it was cancer. And she said, we got to do a spinal tap. We got to do a mammogram. And we got to do something else, another test. Because usually when you have spinal cancer, it doesn't start there. It usually starts somewhere else, in another organ, and it spreads to your spine. So I go get a spinal tap, and I don't know if y'all know what that is, but it's not fun. They run this needle about this long. It may be longer. You have to lay really, really still. They go down to your spine, and pull fluid from your spine. Then after they pull it, you cannot move for 2 hours. Because if you move, you get this awful headache, like you want to die kind of headache. What it is the reason your head hurts is because where they pull the fluid doesn't close back up in your spine. The hole is still there. Have you ever tried to lay flat on your back for 2 hours and not move? That is not easy. And that's when I could move. I could still move and everything. So the doctor told me, he said, once we pull this fluid from your spine, we'll know immediately. We will know immediately if you have cancer or not. Well, they pulled the fluid, tested it, and it's like, no, it's not that. Then they're really confused. They're like, okay, well, if it's not that, what is it? Then they send me to a neurologist. She's puzzled. She don't know. She's looked at my scans and everything because sarcoidosis is hardly ever found in white females. It is so rare for white females to have sarcoidosis. So she had ruled that out. She was like, well, I'm kind of leaning towards sarcoidosis, but I don't know if it could be that because it's so rare. Because it usually runs in African American women and men and white males, not white females. And she said, I got to get with my colleagues. I got to get with the other doctors here. And we're going to have to decide how to treat you because I don't know if it's sarcoidosis or not. So then she comes back and says, you got to go get a lung biopsy because sarcoidosis usually starts in your lungs. That's where it usually starts, is in your lungs. I had not had any trouble with my lungs, nothing. I said, okay, so I go over, get this biopsy. The doctor comes back in there and he says, I don't think it's sarcoidosis. You don't have it in your lungs. And that's where sarcoidosis starts. That's where I've always seen it start. I don't know what you have, but I don't think it's sarcoidosis. So I go back over to the neurologist and she says, I think you have neurosarcoidosis and cardiosarcoidosis. And I said, well, the lung doctor said he didn't think I had sarcoidosis because it usually starts in your lungs. And she just looked at me real funny, like, I think I might need to go call him and see why he said that. And because she wanted to get the full story without me just saying, oh no, he thinks I don't have it because it's not in my lungs. Well, she convinced him that I had it because they've been treating me for sarcoidosis ever since that day. And I had never heard that word until that day. I didn't know what sarcoidosis was. I didn't know it was an autoimmune disease. I didn't even know what it meant. And she started treating me. And of course, the way you treat it is steroids and chemo. That's the way you treat it. I have an implanted pump. So it's not for the faint of heart either. Sarcoidosis isn't. It is, oh my goodness, it is not fun at all. Well, no autoimmune disease is fun. Because you have arthritis, fibromyalgia, lupus. There's hundreds, probably thousands. Eczema. That skin thing you have on your face and arms and all that. That's an autoimmune disease. But I'm telling you, no autoimmune disease is easy. I think diabetes is a autoimmune disease, like if you're born with it. Like juvenile diabetes, I think it's autoimmune. I'm not sure about that, but I'm thinking I heard that one time. But I'm glad y'all have joined me today. I am going to do my neighborhood chat video. I do a video on top of the live, but I'm going to be putting a video out before we go on vacation. And I'll probably do little short videos of my birds again if I can get different ones. And if those little rascals come back, those little squirrels, oh my goodness. And it's 2 different squirrels, maybe 3, that's coming up there eating that food. Which I know they got to eat too, so I'm really not that mad about it. Oh yeah, girl. Yeah, yeah, Ellen. True. When I went into the hospital in January, the doctor came in and it was one that had never treated me. And she says, and I quote, this is just a quote. She said, you have been through hell the last 5 years, haven't you? She said, I've been reading your chart. It's unbelievable. I have never seen anybody that has so many rare diseases as you have. I said, I can't win the lottery, but I can get all these rare diseases. And she just laughed. But I mean, you have to look at it like that because I have diabetic insipidus, which has nothing to do with being a diabetic. I have that. She said, oh, you don't know how rare that is. That is something really rare, is to have the diabetic insipidus. And she said, then you have sarcoidosis, which is you have the cardiac and the neuro, which is the rarest you can have. And to have both of them is even more rare. You usually have one or the other. So, no, I do not take life for granted. I do not. That's why I let stuff go. I live in peace. I love. I have joy. But every once in a while, I do have a moment like I did yesterday that I was very disappointed that I didn't get to see Costume Jeweler and go visit and have a meal with him and go thrifting. And I got over it and I'm fine now. And I know he understands and he loves me just the same. And I love him. But it just wasn't meant to be, timing is everything. My body does rare as well. It's very frustrating at times. Yes, it is. But I just keep smiling, keep having a good time, living life to the fullest. Gonna win me some money come next week. Gonna spin them slot machines. Hey, Nora, I'm going over to the coast and go to the casino next week. Did you hear me tell that? She said, hey, Pam. Who is Pam? Who did you see? Where did Pam come in? Yeah, girl, I'm going to be just pulling that one-arm bandit. You don't do that anymore. You just hit that little button and it spins it. You don't pull the little lever. What Pam was she talking to? Oh, she must have been talking to Pamela. I don't want to miss anybody. So wish me luck, Nora. Wish me luck. Hi, Lori, my friend. How are you? I told James, I said, if I won big, the only way anybody would know it is if I started purchasing stuff. I would not tell anybody. I'd probably tell our children. I'm doing good, Lori. It's good to see you, my friend. That's a question. Would y'all tell people if y'all won the lottery? I mean, the only way people would know I won the lottery is if I started buying stuff. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I would not tell. I would tell our children and their spouses. Hey, Susie Woozy Doozy, how are you? It's so good to see you. Is that ugly of me? Claudette said, no, I would wait till I had the money in or yes. And an attorney. CJ would probably be my attorney because he's an attorney. But I would have an attorney. I wouldn't tell anyone, but I'd be feeling all my friends and family. That's how they would know. They would know by me purchasing stuff. They would wonder where I got the money to buy it. Because I don't really want relatives to come out of the woodwork just because I have come into some money. You know what I'm saying? And I think knowing some of my relatives, not all of them, but I think that some of them would, which I don't have a problem saying no if I don't feel led to give somebody something. But I just don't know how well they would receive me saying no, like they would try to do something or something. But it's better not to tell and decide what you need to do with the money before all people come in with their hand. Yes. First of all, I think I would set it up in a like a corporation. I would tell everyone and explain my lawyers and taking care of are taking care of my finances. I'm such a private person, though. My sister will tell you that. My oldest sister, she will tell you. I don't even. I used to never tell them anything that would go on in my life. And my sister would finally find out about it, and she would say, "Why didn't you tell us?" Well, James and I were handling it. I didn't feel the need to tell everybody. Plus, I'm not the type of person that goes around telling other people's business or my own. You know, I feel like it's my story to tell, and it's their story to tell if they have something they want to share. It's not my place to tell your story. That's what I think about gossip. When people gossip, they're telling somebody else's story. Why would you want to do that? Tell your own story. Don't tell everybody else's. So I would tell them, okay. And then I would explain if I did not see you in the last 5 years, I do not want to see you now. That's a point. That would know. They would know here in California. They know. I mean, here's the deal. I'm a free give. I give and I love to give. That makes me feel so good to be able to give. And I love to. But I want to give to when I feel led to give. Like I don't want someone to come to me and I can read them like a book, like they're taking advantage of me and want me to give. Or somebody come and want me to give to an organization and I haven't even felt the desire to, and I might say, well, just let me think about it or let me pray about it or whatever. But me being a Christian in my faith, I usually am prompted, to send out cards, to give people things, to send people this or that. The Holy Spirit that lives inside me lets me know, Andy, you need to do this or you need to do that. But I don't want someone to try to make me do that because I'm like, I know when to give and when not to give. You're not supposed to cast your pearls before the swine. That's what it says. Don't go flaunting around what you have or what your knowledge, because a lot of people's not going to accept your knowledge and your wisdom. So don't just go throwing it out there to everybody because everybody's not going to receive it. So you have to be careful who you share knowledge and wisdom with, who you give money to, who you do things for, because it could come back and bite you in the hind parts. You know what I'm saying? You have to be real careful, which, like I said, I love to give, but then you have the soft beggars. You have the people that just come on and they just beg for money all the time. Money, 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 money. And you have to be careful of those type. I pick my charities, they don't pick me. And like I said, when Taylor was, before she was born, we stayed at right after she was delivered, we stayed at the Ronald McDonald House. I had never heard of the Ronald McDonald House until she was born with complications. And that's where parents stay when their child has something wrong with them, and they house them and feed them, and all these families stay in one house together and they support each other and all that stuff. Well, I had never heard of that. Well, James and I stayed in the Ronald McDonald House after Taylor was born. It was wonderful. A wonderful charity to give to, the Ronald McDonald House. Well, when I would hear the Ronald McDonald House before Taylor was born, I would think it was a camp. It was I didn't really know what it was. I would just hear, oh, have you ever heard of the Ronald McDonald House? But after Taylor was born, I figured found out exactly what it was. So we contribute to the Ronald McDonald House because of her hydrocephalus. And another thing, I like to give secretly. I like to give secretly. I'm that type of person. Oh, yeah, St. Jude is wonderful. St. Jude is a wonderful place. Anyway, guys, I have something to tell y'all. I love you. I love you. And there's nothing you can do about it. You can be mad at me. I'm not mad at you. You cannot love me, and I'm not asking you to because I'm going to freely love you regardless. So, with that being said, I have enjoyed you being here today. And next time we have our neighborhood chat, invite people over to be in the chat. And they're welcome here anytime they want to come, as long as there's no drama, no back stabbing each other, no downing, no negativity unless we want to discuss a topic. We can discuss any topic you want to discuss as adults. We don't get in a TT contest, like see who can TT the furthest. We don't get in those. But other than that, I'll see you all later. Bye, neighbors. Bye.